Hey guys, what's up? Pitmarthroy here, and thank goodness I only have one final left. I just got back from taking my 3 all in one day, all back to back to back, so that was fun. So now it's actually time to record the audio for this sucker for Pokemon Colosseum. Hopefully I can get this out by maybe tonight. If not, well, oh well. Sorry for making you guys wait. I was really busy in studying for those finals, so I was actually working on those instead of, recording the commentary for this, because the video has been done for a while, so I need to record the commentary and put the sound up for this, but right now I'm just watching it in post again. So welcome to Mount Battle, floors 51 through 80, so we have 30 more floors. The next video will be the end of Mount Battle, because it will be the last 20, and don't worry, the 100th floor will not be sped up. I'm not going to speed up all of them, I'm just speeding up the ones that you guys should have no trouble beating at this point in the game. However, once you start getting around these levels, you can't expect that stuff that's not very effective will probably not one-hit KO anymore. Normal effectiveness probably will, as long as it's a moderately strong attack, and super effectiveness will definitely still do that. So if you use stuff that's not very effective, it might not exactly get the job done. Sometimes it will. Earthquake did right there, but I mean, Earthquake's a strong attack, but if it's like a medium kind of attack where it's not that strong, then it may not completely destroy the enemy. And oh gosh, it's a nose pass. These things are so creepy. Please kill it. Thank you. I don't know why I'm telling past me to kill it. Of course he's gonna kill it. That's how you finish. You murder everything. But yeah, anyway, thank goodness that's done. So I've got one more final tomorrow, or that might be today, depending on whenever I post this. Hopefully I'll be posting this on Monday. If it's Tuesday, by the time I posted this, I am done with said final. And that means that I don't have to worry about school for, a couple weeks at least. Thank goodness. Then be able to relax and start recording stuff, get my computer in a couple weeks. It'll be a good time all around. I'm so glad to have those finals done, and I sincerely wish everybody the best of luck on any final they may have, or any tests that are upcoming. If you've already taken your finals, then I hope you have done well. And yes, I did get hit 5 times by that 2 to 5 hit thing. Every time an enemy used the 2 to 5 hits thing, it hit me 5 times. I'm pretty sure if not, it was 4. Now, if I had tried that, it wouldn't have worked, but either way. So yeah, it's only 30 floors this time. You'll notice that it's still fairly long. That's because I was actually on occasion changing out my Pokemon. The trainers here will generally have, roughly 3 to 4 minus the area leaders. They're usually going to have 3 or 4 at this point. Like I said at the first episode, there's only one trainer that has 6. Or, no. Besides the area leaders, there might be one. I think 99 might have 6, but I think he might only have 5. I don't remember. But either way, if you're just tuning into Mount Battle, if you did not see the first 50 floors, and I wouldn't entirely blame you for not watching it, because it was rather long. But if you're just now tuning in, Mount Battle is in Pokemon Colosseum. It is the 100-man dual gauntlet. I don't know what you want to call it. It's 100 floors, and you'll be fighting a trainer on each floor. The trainers will have obviously very low levels to start. The lowest ones are like 15 to 16, and they'll gradually increase until you get to the final floor 100, where you'll fight a team of 6 level 60s, which actually will be no trouble by the time we get up there, and I'll level up, a few of my team. But either way, that is how it works. After each battle, you will be healed in both HP and power points, so you can pretty much go all out however you want. If you want to use Explosion or Self-Destruct on a Pokemon that you have, feel free to use it. I mean, obviously you could revive them, but after the battle is over, you will get all your HP back, all your power points back, so there's no need to worry about bringing a lot of ethers. The only thing you might want to bring is maybe, if you're feeling like you're a bit underleveled, then maybe bring some potions and some revives, some potions, some of the higher leveled ones, but you can tackle this at any point. The reward for doing this is there's 10 sets of 10, obviously it's 100 floors, and once you beat a set of 10, you'll get Poke Coupons, which you can use to spend on prizes that are generally either the TMs that are quite powerful, the Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Psychic, Ice Beam. Ice Beam in particular is one that I've been looking for in this. And then also you can buy berries, you can buy hold items like the King's Rock, which if a Pokemon with that attacks and does damage, then it might cause the opponent to flinch. There's the the scope lens, or whatever you want to call it, that raises the critical hit ratio. There is, there's another one that's pretty good. I don't remember what it is. The focus band, that's right, which there's a chance whenever you get knocked down and you're about to die that it might save you at 1 HP. There's a chance, it doesn't always do it, but it might. So there's some pretty good prizes to be gotten. Obviously, the hold items are actually worth a lot more. They're about 10,000, I think, like somewhere in there. The TMs are about 4,000. For some reason, the berries are around 10,000, which they're only one-use items, so I don't know why you would waste all your time for that. At least with the TMs, you can give it to a Pokemon, and sure, you can only use it on one Pokemon at the same time, but it's cheaper, and you can use it over and over until, you know, you don't want it anymore, and you can trade it for something else, or if you want, you can keep it. So it seems like it would be the other way around, but apparently it's not. Oh well, that must be something for like tournament stuff that I don't really care about. But either way, the amount of Poke coupons will obviously vary with whatever set you want to go through. Area 1's 100, then you get 200, and then 400, and so on and so forth. All the way up to the last set, which is actually 1,200. So if you're looking for a quick way to get a lot of Poke coupons quickly, you'll probably want to tackle floors 80 through 100, assuming that you can, you know, have high enough levels to do so. Because you can get 2,200 from that each time. So if you wanted to buy a TM, you could just do that twice, and there you go, you've got it all set. But you can see here we're fighting around roughly mid-40s. Oh gosh, another nose pass. Yeah, for some reason they like using the nose pass in this. It's like set from about 50 to 70, I think. They like using it for some reason. You get a lot of that. The strange thing is, though, I did mention this in the first video of 1 through 50 for Mount Battle, is that these middle ones, they, for the most part, they have a pretty decent variance in types. They're not all the same type. Later floors don't seem to do a very good job about avoiding that. They all seem to have either one type or a type that they'll have multiple types, but their multiple types are all weak to something, like they're all weak to fire, or they're all weak to electric, or something like that. In fact, whenever we get to it in the next video, you'll see how floor 90 has, the area leader for floor 90 has all grass types. I think the trainer in 95 had all water types. It's just like, seriously? This is like 90. This is way the heck up there. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But either way, that's what they decided to do with their teams. And a lot of the ones that are like, I think 96 through 98 like to use the starters. Like they use the red-blue starters, and then they use the, you know, the gold-silver crystal starters. They use like the final forms of that. So you'll see like Meganium for Alligator and Typhlosion all on the same team. You know, you'll see, I don't think they ever did that. They might have, I don't think they used the Charmander Cyndaquil, but I know they did use Sceptile, Swampert, and Blaziken. That was on another team, so that's obviously the Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald starters. So they had another one of those. I don't think they ever used the Squirtle, Charmander, Bulbasaur one, though. They did, I think I remember seeing Charizard or Blastoise, but I don't think I remember that. And then we go on to the next gym leader, or not the gym leader. Dude, what are you talking about? You're crazy. You're studying too much for finals. You need to get back to your roots. You need to get back to video games. Now we have one of the area leaders who likes to use the strange, like the blob Pokemon. Like Azumarill's kind of a ball shape, Wigglytuff's kind of a ball shape. What else she has? Or I guess that's not a ball shape. It sort of is. Wailmer definitely is. He's a fatso. I attacked him right there because I figured he'd have more HP, so he'd be less likely to survive the hit if I just went for him right then. That's why I didn't go after Ariados. Alright, what else do you have that might be a ball-shaped Pokemon? A Wobbuffet? Yeah, there you go. Apparently they're all going to be shaped like a ball in some way, shape, or form. Rather odd, but okay. I am aware I was using Earthquake a lot, and that was damaging my Umbreon, but I was, the reason that I kept it out and I switched Altaria for it was because it was a lower level at that current point in time, and I knew that since Umbreon's got pretty high defense, that it would be able to sustain at least a couple Earthquakes if I wanted to use it, so it wasn't going to be that big a deal. Now you'll notice that floor 6, we've moved it out of the volcano area, and it's going to be kind of the sky area until we get to the final floor. Floor 100 actually has like a big old stadium area. It kind of looks like a stadium that you would see from, you know, Fennec or Pyrite. It's like, it's the full deal. It actually looks pretty similar to one of the stadiums. It's like the Magma Colosseum in Pokemon Battle Revolution. It actually looks pretty similar, which is kind of weird. I noticed it whenever I was watching. I was like, wow, that's kind of strange. But, you know, either way. So now we got mid-40s for certain. We got like 44 and 45, so I guess they're ready to start amping up the difficulty. But, I mean, they still make pretty common mistakes. Like, this guy has all bug types from the looks of it. I don't know why I was using Surf. Probably because I was too lazy to go drag out my Typhlosion and just destroy them. But oh well. And then it takes care of Ladian and Ariados. Yeah, Ariados is another popular one for some reason. These kind of mid-section floors. Just, I don't know, it's kind of strange. Just get, and occasionally you'll find, like, a lot of people seem to like this one in Mount Battle and whatnot. I actually haven't played through XD Gale of Darkness all the way. I've played it through a little bit. I could not get into that game for whatever reason. But I know there is a Mount Battle, or I'm pretty sure there's a Mount Battle in that one, so if I ever do that LP in the future, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I don't know, I'm definitely not going to do XD anytime soon. Like, I'm certainly not going to do 2 Pokemon games back to back. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. This one has taken so long to finish, and we're still not even done. I still have to do Mount Battle, and depending on how long the last video is for this, which is like 81 through 100, depending on how long that is, after that I will decide whether or not I want to add the showing of the purification process or not, because I have done that too. Which that would be, you know, like me cutting out the running back and forth to get the Pokemon from my PC box to wherever I need them to go. So I have done all those, they have all been purified, so my file will, next time that you see it live commentary, we'll have 48 purified. So I guess we'll see with Colosseum mode. And once again, I'll be sure to ask you guys whenever we get to that video in the description if you want to actually see Colosseum mode or if you don't care. I'm probably going to like look at it anyway, but don't expect me to like run through the whole thing. I sincerely doubt it. I know what it's like. I mean, I know a little bit from seeing it. Like, it's the Colosseums, and you have single battles, you have double battles, which is kind of strange to think that they're single battles, because as we've seen in Colosseum in the story mode, there are no single battles, unless, you know, you're both down to 1 Pokemon each. That's about it. You know, you always do double battles unless you have 1 Pokemon in your party, or all of your Pokemon are knocked out except for 1. That's the only time you'll see 1 Pokemon out on the field. It's just kind of weird to think about that. That's how you normally play most of the Pokemon games. It's just one-on-one battles. Not always, but most of the time it is. Of course, now you got X and Y, you got like the triple battles and the rotation battles. It's just ridiculous, man. Whatever happened to 1v1? Whatever happened to Charizard versus Blastoise? You know, all that good stuff. Yeah, I switched back to Altaria here, so I went back for that on number 64. I didn't really start paying attention to types until I got to, I think, it was only like 80 through 100 when I actually started focusing on type advantages a little bit. Obviously, this guy's got flyers, so they'd be weak to electricity, they'd be weak to ice, either one of those would work. What else do you have? He has a Jumpluff. Oh, I guess that's not a flying type. Jumpluff is grass, so it'd obviously be weak to fire. That'd be the most likely thing you'd have. And obviously, it's not going to be weak to that. And keeping Quagsire here was a big mistake. I believe I actually... No, I did not lose him. There was... in the entire thing, I lost Quagsire twice, and I think I lost Typhlosion twice. But, you gotta be careful whenever you see those grass types if you're using Quagsire, because it's 4x weak to it. I guess I only got hit 3 times there, so that disproves my statement of... Well, anyway. Just for a side little note, if anybody actually cares, if anybody's actually still watching this, you're crazy. I don't know what the heck's wrong with you. You must be just glad school's over, so you're just watching this video. Maybe you have it on the background, I don't know. But you're crazy if you're watching it. There's actually another game that I started playing in recent time, and it's Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest. No, sorry, not A Link Between Worlds, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone anyway. It's kind of funny. I got A Link Between Worlds like the day it came out. Well, not the day it came out, but like pretty close, like the week within it came out. I was actually going to pick up Mario Party, like the new one that came out, Island Tour, and I actually went to pick that up, and I like walked in there, and I was like looking on the shelf where it was, and then, like right next to it was like A Link Between Worlds, like all those sets. I was like, oh right, that came out. I should probably get that, so I ended up getting it, but I haven't played it at all. It's just like sitting on my desk right now. I have not turned it on, I haven't opened the wrapping, nothing. I mean, it's still completely new. I haven't touched it yet, so I guess we'll see how it goes whenever I actually get to that. Island Tour wasn't too bad for Mario Party. I mean, I don't know, it's strange. The games are pretty short, but maybe that's just my imagination. but it seems like for anybody that wants a review, like a quick rundown of Island Tour, it's a lot like Wii Party from obviously for the Nintendo Wii. Like, instead of playing the minigame at the end of the turn, you play it at the start of the turn, and then depending on how well you do, that gives you bonus dice to either go faster or in one case go slower. Because the Bowser board, you actually want to make sure that you are farthest away from the end in order to win, because the person that makes it there first will lose. So in a normal board, like, it's actually exactly like Wii Party in the dice setup. If you win the minigame, you will get another die that can go 1 through 6, because the regular die goes 1 through 6. You'll get another one that can do the same thing. Second place will get a bonus die that can roll a 1, 2, or 3. Third gets a die that can roll a 1 or a 2, and fourth place doesn't get a bonus die. But the boards are pretty interesting. There's 2 of them in particular I like really well, and ironically enough, one of them has mini stars on it, which is kind of like, oh no, it's Mario Party 9. But this one actually worked really well because it was just one board, which is like what I said about Mario Party 9. It seems like it would be a great like little bonus thing, but as the whole game, no. But like as a bonus thing, it probably wouldn't have been that bad. But I mean, it's alright. It's actually not terrible, but it is a lot like Wii Party, so I guess if you like Wii Party, then this game might work out really well for you. Anyway, as for Ocarina of Time Master Quest, now that I've gotten back on that, I've gotten through the 3 child temples, so I've gotten through Deku Tree, Dodongo's Cavern, and Jabba Jabba's Belly, and I have also gotten through the Forest Temple. I'm actually on my file sitting right at the door, well not the door, but you know, right before the area of the Fire Temple, so it's interesting how that will go down. From what I played this far, I played a little bit of it a long time ago. I played through the first 2 dungeons and got stuck in Jabba Jabba's Belly. So I came back to play it again. I was like, you know what, I'm going to give this another shot, because I've got my co-op channel with me and SunDeath9 playing the original Ocarina of Time. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to go back, I'm going to give this another shot. And so, I mean, for those of you that don't know Master Quest, everything is identical except for the dungeons. The dungeons are a lot more puzzling. But the Great Deku Tree wasn't too bad. It's kind of weird, but I mean, it wasn't terrible. Dodongo's Cavern is actually the worst one I've been through. You think it'd be the Forest Temple, but it actually wasn't. The one I had the most trouble with was Dodongo's Cavern. Jabba Jabba's Belly, the second I realized that the cows, like there's cows inside the Jabba Jabba, the cows actually serve as switches. And once I knew that, the rest of the dungeon was actually pretty straightforward. In fact, you only had to use Ruto to put, you had to throw her onto one switch, and then carry her to where the mini-boss fight is. I think that's all you had to do with her. Like, most of it was without her. So it was actually kind of nice that I didn't have to bother carrying her around and all that, because it's one less thing to worry about. But either way, let's see, after dropping the Forest Temple it didn't seem like very much was changing in the Forest Temple, to be honest. Like, the locations of the map, compass, and bow and arrow, well, the bow and arrow was in the same spot, but like, there's just occasional things, like, occasionally a hallway will have a Stalfos in it that you'll have to beat up, or they replace the Stalfos with Wolfos in one fight. Like, not much really changed. The key locations were a bit different, but the only room that threw me off was one where I had to do a puzzle with the Song of Time blocks. You know, those little blue ones where you have to play the Song of Time to move them or make them go away or whatever. There was like one puzzle in there with it, and that was really about it. But I mean, it was good. I liked it actually. So it's interesting to see how the Fire Temple will go. One of my friends has played it through all the way, and he was like, yeah, the Fire Temple was really hard. He said the Water Temple was surprisingly easy, which I already knew that about the game, whereas like people thought Master Quest Water Temple was actually easier than the original. So I'm actually very curious to see how that's going to go whenever I actually get there. But yeah, I gotta get through the Fire Temple, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it won't be like in my co-op playthrough where I run out of bombs. Like, seriously, if anybody hasn't watched that, it's on my featured channels. It was so bad for me. Like, let's see, how much stuff... The first third of the game and the last third I did pretty well, but that middle portion, I just, like, completely sucked. It took me... For anybody that knows the Dampe Heart piece, not the one where you have to race them, it's the one where you have to dig for it. It's the one as a child. That was probably better explained that way. It's the one as a child. I went around that little circle. You have to dig in the right spot. I went through that circuit 4 times and could not get the heart piece. I came back in the 5th time and got it on my first try. I must have spent a good hour and a half trying to trying to get that stupid thing. And I couldn't for the life of me. I was like, what am I doing wrong here? I just couldn't figure out where it was. I didn't miss any of the dig spots or anything like that. It was just absolutely ridiculous. And then there was one point where I got through the Forest Temple, and did pretty well. Like, I didn't mess up any of the temples except for fire, but I got through the force temple and then left the heart container in the room and just left the dungeon like an idiot. And then the second I did, I was like, I got back through the whole, you know, like, on the Deku Tree Sprout thing. I was like, that's weird. Why? Because I was like, man, that fight nearly killed me. I only have 3 hearts left. I was like, wait a minute, I should have picked up that heart container. Why do I only have 3 hearts left? Then I was like, oh, crud, I totally just left the heart container in there. Like an idiot. And there's Mr. 69 who wants to share his youth with me. I'm like, no thank you. Since I'm not talking about the game anymore at all. And then in the Fire Temple, that one part where you get the heat-resistant tunic, the Fire Tunic from the Rolling Goron, I kept missing my shot, and I wasted all my bombs. So I went to the Fire Temple without bombs, and I had to leave because I didn't have bombs. So I had to go get bombs, and then I came back with bombs. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. And then in the, not the Fire Temple, in the Water Temple, I did really well. Like, I didn't get lost or anything like that, but I left the heart container in there again like an idiot. It's just like, what is wrong with you? Seriously. And then after that, I started doing fine. I don't know how I finished before Sudden Death did. It was absolutely, I really should have lost. If that had been like the race we had originally practiced for, I would have lost so badly. Like, it was so stupid. So, oh my gosh, what is wrong with you? Jeez, I hope if we ever do Majora's Mask, I won't screw up that bad. It's ridiculous. So now we're done with that area. We got 900 for Area 7. I don't know if I ever mentioned this, since we can actually get back to Colosseum here, not Ocarina of Time, because it's not the same game. But something I did not mention, if you like get to an area and you collect your Poke Coupons and you decide to exit, or if you decide, like, once you beat a set of 10, like, let's say you beat 1 through 10, and you end your challenge, you can actually start from 11, because 11 was the next one that says you can start from 11, 21, 31, 41, 51. As long as you cleared the area before that, you're welcome to start wherever you want. So once you clear all 10 areas, you're welcome to start at Area 10 and just beat the last set of the 10 if you want to go fight the guy at 100 again. Instead of having to climb the whole thing, which I don't know why you'd want to do that. Like, and people call me psycho, well, why would you want to do that? And flamethrower this knock towel. Oh no, not hypnosis. Oh no. Fast asleep and burnt to a crisp. I wish he was burnt to a crisp. I wish I was burnt to a crisp right now. It's snowing again. Like, seriously, it snowed twice on 2 separate occasions in Texas in just the month of December. It's only like the 9th, right? Why does this keep happening? Yeah, it's only the 9th, and it's already snowed. It's not like back-to-back exactly. Like, it snowed roughly on the 2nd, and then it started snowing again today. Not like really bad. It's not coming down hard, but it's still snowing. Which, it's like, oh, what is going on? It's funny how people that don't live in Texas, like, yeah, right, it wouldn't snow in Texas. It doesn't get cold in Texas. Oh, believe me, when we get like, instead of a dirt storm, whenever it gets cold here and we get a storm, it is bad. Like, really bad. Because Lubbock has wind, and if you mix cold and wind, the wind will just make the cold even worse. I think with a wind chill outside, right now it's like 9 degrees. I think that's what I saw on the news earlier, or on the weather earlier this morning, was with the wind chill, it was 9 degrees. I was like, oh man, I ain't going out there except for get my finals done. I don't plan to leave my house for the rest of the day. I have 1 final left, and I will wait to get out for that. And then after that, I am going nowhere for quite some time. I will be sitting right here in my chair, or right here on my bed. Either way, I'm not going back out there. Oh, maybe this is when I started actually getting smart and switching my team around. Well, no, maybe not. Maybe I was just being stupid right there. I don't know. You get a lot of these roller skating kids in this later area. I'm not really sure why. It's kind of strange. You get like a lot of the younger kids. You get the roller skater boys and the ladies, like the little kid ladies. Occasionally we get like a cool trainer or an old man, and then you'll get the area leaders, but it's just kind of weird. And there's Hitman Top, man, remember trying to catch that thing? With the scrub who had the useless Lynot that couldn't do anything as long as you didn't attack it, it couldn't hurt you. Oh, man. Good times. The more and more I watch this, like, the more and more I am kind of curious to see how Colosseum mode's gonna go. And I'm also curious to whether I should, you know, actually get my team up to level 100 or not. Which, if I did that, I would go to Mount Battle and just fight the high level ones over and over. Obviously. Yeah, you get researchers on occasion too, I forgot about that. He toughens up his party through field work, yet he doesn't know everything about Pokemon. The third guy knew it all, man. He knew everything about Pokemon. If he knew everything, he'd be the one up here. He had an interesting party before these things evolved. He had a Stantler, before it evolved, a Surskit, and then a Poochyena. That's kind of a strange team to have. Stantler doesn't have a pre-evolution or an evolution. I'm pretty sure it's just by itself. Granbull would have been a Snubbull originally. But yeah, what this guy's trick was, in case you couldn't tell, was Intimidate, because all four of his team had Intimidate as their ability, which whenever it comes out, it will lower the attack of your opposing team. But yeah, all four of them had that. I know it doesn't seem like Masquerain or Stantler would have it, but they do. I guess we're lacking in field work still. Well, not really. Meet somewhere, could I get you done with my field work? Maybe, I don't know, if I got time. There was another point where I was just being stupid. I was probably like messaging somebody on Skype or something while I was doing this, so occasionally you get those little points where I'm just, you know, not doing anything for a couple seconds. It's like, what are you doing right now? It's just me being stupid, mostly. There's Lantern. By the way, don't try to use electric on a Lantern, because it's part electric, so if you're going to use a move on it, make sure you don't use that. Dust Clubs, and then we have Skarmory, Vileplume. Skarmory is Flying Steel, in case you can tell. Vileplume is obviously poison, grass poison actually, but, you know, either way. Dude, what are you doing? Hit the button. Hit the button, you crazy fool. There you go. Actually watch what you're doing on occasion, it might help your videos. Goodbye, Bodhi, Vitalo. Yeah, there's another cool trainer. Doris. Maybe he has a Paris. Or Paris, however you pronounce it. But this guy looks like he's got stuff weak to fire thus far. Glalie ice, and Breloom is fighting grass. Yeah, don't mess up your moveset now. You nearly did. You're trying to use Psychic on Glalie when you should have used it on Breloom. I don't know if Glalie can be hurt by Psychic. Is that like part dark or something like that? I can never remember like which moves or which type doesn't work on Psychic. And I know everybody's like, no, it's dark, and it probably is, because I think it doesn't work on Mightyena, right? So I guess it has to be dark. But I don't remember if Glalie's part dark. I think it's just ice, but it looks like it might be part dark. I know Snorunt's just ice. Either way, Doris is gone. You were perfect. No, it wasn't perfect, dude. I was sitting there trying to figure out what I was supposed to be doing. And now we have an Athlete. I guess that's what are the names of this one? Is it Athlete? Yeah, it is Athlete. Okay. Athlete Dian. She has Metang and a Granbull. So weak to fire and weak to fighting, which I don't have. I also mentioned this whenever I was going through the type stuff. I was like, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do for my teams. Because I want to have like a fighting move, and I want to have Ice Beam on either Quagsire or Altaria, because those are the only two that can learn it. But yeah, what I did in this one was just I confused Metang, and then I paralyzed him, and then just kind of went after the rest of the team, because it was like, well, I don't really have a type advantage here. Yeah, that stupid Leech Seed, I wasn't paying attention to it, so I was just like firing like mad at, you know, whatever was nearby. I can't believe he got through Paralyze and Confusion. Dude, don't knock your stuff over. Or as Chodokamura likes to call it, Parafused, or whatever you want to call it. Either way, he got through both of them. It's kind of crazy. There's something to note about Leech Seed if it does happen. That Jumpluff used it, and I already got it, or I already defeated it. However, the Leech Seed is still in effect. It's just whatever Pokemon takes their place, they're going to be what receives the additional HP from it. Obviously, Zatu didn't get any because it was at full HP, and then I killed it in one hit, but, you know, point still stands. And Matang's the only one left, so we just kill it. Don't worry, Matang, you'll learn Meteor Mash one day when you become a Metagross. Alright, number 78. Oh, it's a Glasses Man. I love the title, that Glasses Man, like, really? Why does it have to be Glasses Man? Why can't it just be a normal man? Apparently that's too complicated. So we have a Tropius, which is grass, and an Absol, which is dark. So I just kind of fired whatever I wanted to, really. Wasn't going to use dark on dark, because I was apparently not smart enough to. And Larion is Steel Ground? Steel Rock? Something like that. It's a weird type, I remember that much. It's definitely part Steel, I know that for a fact. Because it can get hurt pretty bad by Flamethrower, so I know it's part Steel. And I'm pretty sure it's Ground as well. Because I don't ever think I used Ampharos against this, because if it had been Ground, then it wouldn't have done anything. As for Explat, that's just a normal type, so you can hit it with whatever if you don't have a fighting type move like me. Oh, that was... Oh, I guess they only had 4. I thought they started getting 5 at this point. I guess they do that on the next set. There's like a certain point where halfway through the set of floors, like the 85, 95 mark, they start getting 5. I guess it's 85 and up where they start getting 5. I know on the 90 floor, like the floors 90 through 100, the first trainer has 4, and the rest of them will have 5, except for the guy at 100, who will have 6. Torkoal and Shiftry. So we have a Fire, which will be weak to water, and we have a Dark Grass, which would be weak to fire. I mean, if you want to go after that. I prefer to just look at their base ones, like Grass. Because apparently I'm too lazy to, you know, think, alright, I could, you know, use Dark, and I could just hit him with something like, you know, whatever I wanted to. And I could use Psychic, but no, I'm not smart enough to think of that. So Noctowl, which we've seen before, like I said, there's another one that they like having is a Noctowl, and Relicanth, or Relicanth. I'm not really sure what type Relicanth is. I think it's just water, but it might be like water rock. It's just kind of a weird looking thing. Because I hit one of them. I don't think it was this guy. So there was a Relicanth that I used to surf on, and it was normal effectiveness. Oh, I guess it was right here. Whenever it actually gets to it. Because that was normal effectiveness. If that had been a pure water type, that would have been not very effective. So I'm thinking it might be part rock as well. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm pretty sure that thing is water rock. Which sounds incredibly strange, I know. But that should have been not very effective if it was just water. So it's definitely got a subtype. I just don't know what it is. And the last one that we have in this video is Shoban. Who has Hariyama fighting type, weak to, fighting type, weak to Psychic, and a Cacturn, which is grass, weak to fire, for flying. Yeah, that freaking Needle Arm, I'm really surprised it didn't kill me. I thought BT/Altaria was going to take the Cacturn out in one hit. That's why I didn't substitute out, because I thought about it for about half a second. I was like, no, I think I can get it in one hit, but no, of course that didn't happen. So obviously I lost Quagsire right here. I think that was the first one thus far I've actually lost, or I've lost a Pokemon on. Not till floor 80, and that was just because I was stupid and thought I could make it, you know, just trying to kill the Cacturn in one hit, and obviously it didn't work. Great job, me. Yeah, we're getting everybody up there. Looks like Surefire's at almost level 70. Now here's an interesting strategy. You're probably wondering, it's like, what? Did he just poison his own teammate? What an idiot. Yes, he did actually poison his own teammate, and he had a reason for that. Golem, I believe, has an ability, or at least that Golem does, it's called Guts. Not Guts. I don't remember what the ability is called, but basically it ups his attack if the Pokemon is suffering. What suffering means is it's hurt by a status condition, like poison, anything like that. Poison, paralyzed, so that's why he poisoned his own teammate, is he was trying to increase their attack. Unfortunately for him, it didn't work, because he got killed in one round anyway. So if you're wondering why the heck that happened, that's exactly why. He will only use that on his goal, and he won't, or she will only use it on her goal, and it won't happen on anybody else. So don't expect to see that strategy very often. Apparently I got poisoned by that sludge bomb, or I guess that might have been a toxic attack. I don't remember what he used against me. Either way, I don't know why I keep saying she, or keep saying he. Either way, that is all for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you for the finale of Mount Battle. Take care.